Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm here with my 2016 Ford F150 XL Edition FX4, and I need to do another oil change, but I've already done oil changes with you guys and gals. I was just gonna bring you what I plan to put in it this time, which is Amazon Basics 5W30. It was $25 for six. I don't necessarily consider that real cheap, but considering it has shipping, you know how much that stuff weighs. If it was sold in a store, they probably could sell it for a lot less just due to, that shipping cost to get it to you in 2 days. But I figure I'd give it a try, and the truck takes 6 quarts. So there's 6 of these. And yeah, like I said, it's made by it's made by Warren Distribution. They make a lot of different oils. The back of it, or the bottom of it, is that there's like little arrows on the corner there. You can kind of get the feel of how that's packaged. Now Walmart sells SuperTech, and it's made by the same people. Their packaging, at least on their V-twin stuff, does not say anything, but it's packaged the same. It has the same little arrows on like the little corner there, and just the bottom, the layout of the logo, the recycling and all that is the same, just slightly different bottle shape. But that's the type of company Warren Distribution is. They you just go to them. If I want to go to them as Meeker Extreme and be like, hey, I want oil made, they're going to quote me a price, and I probably can specify how I want that package to look. There's probably something very basic like Amazon Basics. That's probably like the cheapest packaging. Walmart kind of has the blue thing going and slightly different, a little bit nicer packaging. But either case, that's the type of company they are. They make good oil. They just make it for whoever wants it and whoever's name wants to be on it. So that's pretty much all. You would just then have the label designed and plop on. Notice Amazon Basics is, well, pretty basic. The SuperTech oil is a little bit better with the V-twin. It shows the motorcycle, just a kind of nicer label. Anyways, I just figured I would just bring an update what I'm doing with the truck. A little update also on the wreck. Insurance is sending me a check. I should have that. I could possibly have that tomorrow. I already have a bumper picked out. I'm going to get a rear bumper too, a match. A different aftermarket grill, but it looks stock, but it'd be aftermarket. I think I'm going to get the one that has the LED orange lights up here, just to add a little bit more visibility, if you will. I have to buy the louver. I'll have to buy the bracket that the bumper attaches to. And I might forego the bottom louver. You know why? Just because the aftermarket bumper will have a slot in it, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference down there having the louver, not having the louver. It's such a small area. The radiator is much bigger. That's obviously where you'd want the louvers if you plan to keep them at all. You won't throw an engine code, from what I read, if you leave it plugged in. So mine still knows it's there, so it doesn't think it's, the control module isn't broke or anything, so it thinks it's fine. So it's probably adjusting it, if you will, even though nothing's there. Some people say, just pull out the slats, and that way it keeps going. Some people just remove it. You get more airflow. You do get more airflow. And the engine's gonna stay cooler, because obviously you always have air flowing through that radiator, transcooler and intercooler and all that good stuff. Some people say you don't even really need an intercooler on this engine because you're making so little boost, and having the intercooler and having it do something is just a little bonus. Some people say don't worry about aftermarket bumpers. You can put on a nice heavy duty bumper if you wish. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know enough about EcoBoost and the turbos and all that to know. Or it's crazy expensive, or you can do a relocation kit and relocate that, I guess, up into the grill area. And yeah, it could reside there, but it's like $1,500 or something like that. Something nutty. It's like, there's no reason why an intercooler should cost that much, and for some silicone hoses, that just seems kind of like highway robbery to me. If I happen to ever see maybe a relocation kit made by a Chinese company, I'd probably pick it up, because you can't really go wrong. It's not like it's a radiator. It's not like it's a transcooler or something. It's cooling air. So think about that. So it shouldn't be that expensive, but they are. I'm getting $2,338, I do believe, from the insurance. That's what the shop said it would take. So they're just going to send me that check, and I can do my own work. And if you're wondering, like, well, what if I do my own work but I have rental coverage and maybe the car will be down a few days? Honestly, insurance is going to make out, because I'm not going to utilize that. I actually do have $50 a day rental coverage, which is like their highest level. Yeah, so pretty much I could get any vehicle I basically wanted from most rental places, Hertz or Enterprise. And also they do something called Leaf credits. So like Uber, you can take Leaf, or you can take Uber and submit the receipt too if you need to get around. I guess they do all that stuff nowadays. So yeah, that's basically where I stand on that. This way I even get a rear bumper. It's going to match the front bumper. I might even buy a whole new front and rear dash cam setup. That should be pretty cool, and it's going to do a lot better video than the E-Ultra dash cam. I wish I would have caught what he was doing behind me. That would have been really key, because what he was doing behind me was pretty nutty, how close he was. And he was like going back and forth like that. So, the guy was just mental. But, I can't prove that, unfortunately, other than, hey, that's what I saw. So I'm kind of stuck there. I just noticed like it cracked. Let's see. So when you apparently hit somebody in the middle and they kind of come up their vehicle, you can see that broke there, which I kind of pulled out once, but I didn't realize right over here along this seam and then down, must be a weak spot. It broke there. Yeah, that piece broke off. So just kind of interesting where all these pieces broke, And I must have ended up hitting something metal on his vehicle, because the bumper here. To get the factory parts wouldn't be that bad. I just figure spend a little extra and I can get the parts I want and do it myself, and I don't have all that labor into it. Because they would restore to factory, and I don't really care about the factory aspect. So there's like a mount here that I'll need to order. I think it's $40. This side's like $30. It shouldn't be too hard to mount the bumper, the aftermarket one. And what I was going to say, so you can work with the insurance company. I never tried this. They're like, yeah, you can take the check. Then if you need rental, just let us know. You can still use rental. If you find more parts that are damaged, you just take pictures and you submit it to the claims adjuster. So I'm just working as my own shop, basically. So it means if they wanted to check something out, I guess they would just come out to my house and take a look and say, yeah, that's damaged also. And so we'll go ahead and give you more money. Basically authorize the expenditure of more parts. This is pretty basic, so I don't think it's that complicated. And if it was real complicated, you probably wouldn't want to do that unless you were actual mechanic and had a lift and had a lot of knowledge to probably argue with them. As far as diminished value, doesn't look like I can get that, or at least they're going to put up a fight. The guy acted like he never heard of it, but my understanding is I would have to get that from the other guy's insurance if he was at fault. I'm found at fault just because of the nature of they're considering it a rear ending, even though he, passed on a double yellow, tried to swerve at me, and then proceeded to brake really hard. I guess that's just the nature of it. So as far as insurance purposes, I am at fault, unfortunately. As far as legal responsibility, well, we'll find out when I go to court and what the judge has to say. That's going to be a long process, but I'm going to go because no one wants 4 points and I have a clean record. I've had a few accidents when I was younger, but they were never really insurance claims on my end. I was never at fault. A kid sideswiped me, basically kind of what this guy did, but I held my ground and he got spun off and his car totaled. Another time a guy changed lanes last second. He was in one turn lane and then changed as I was approaching to turn right instead of left. So he swapped over and it was raining. I hit the brakes and I slid in the back of him. I took a good quote. The guy was a stand-up guy. Gave me like $200 to fix. Gave me a check for $200. Okay. I just pocketed the money. It was a small scratch, but he was a stand-up guy. I've never been in a situation with a wreck where I'm filing, reports and doing this and that and going through insurance. So this is all new to me, and in all intents and purposes, as far as insurance is concerned, I've never had an accident because I have no claims. And yeah, I can kind of tell you how it's working for me, and I'm surprised I can just get the check. I'm surprised I can still get a rental car. This is through AAA, and if I wanted, I'm probably not going to do that. It just sounds like a hassle, but I could. And I do have a call into them to ask about that because the shop was saying 1 week, if not 2 weeks, to have the vehicle, to get the parts, to do everything. Well, 2 weeks at $50 a day, including and then factoring the weekends, because they're probably not open on the weekends to do the work, you're talking about quite a bit of money, like maybe up to $700. So I'm seeing if they'll give me a little extra money because the fasteners weren't included, and kind of haggle, I guess. But at the same time, I don't have much leg to stand on, so we'll see what they say. We'll see what they say. It doesn't hurt to ask, and yeah, that's where it's at. So yeah, got the oil going. Gonna go do that. Car's been yelling at me, "Your oil, your oil." It's like, I know. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. Have a good one. Bye.